WandaVision, the series finale, episode 9 is here. And I want to say a few things before we get into this because I have a lot. It might be a little bit of a rant this time around. Not in a bad way, towards the show at least, but towards some people. So I really loved this finale. It speaks true to everything I like about comic book storytelling, about serialized storytelling, about what I like about fiction in general, and what I like about television. I really think this finale was well done, well crafted, a beautiful piece of art. A few hiccups, nothing major in terms of hiccups, but I'm just like, this is brilliant. This is some of the best choreographed storytelling we have seen from the MCU. This is what I've said for so long. Comic books are serialized storytelling. They are small, itty-bitty adventures in 22 pages that span for decades. So, of course, television works better for these characters. WandaVision proved it. I just want to say this really quick before we get anything else going on here. To all of the fans who are mad or disappointed or bitchy or pissy at the creators or actors or anybody involved in this show because your fan theory didn't come true, go fuck yourself. Honestly, really. You're upset because some stupid idea you had in your head was so concrete that it didn't happen the way it planned out. This show made no promises to give you Mephisto or Reed Richards or any of the X-Men. It didn't make a promise for any of that crap. It just said, we're gonna do Bewitched. We're going to the Brady Bunch. We're doing those. We're telling you a love story between two of the most important Avengers and two of the most powerful Avengers. Don't be bitchy that your thing didn't come true. Okay? Get over it. And you think this is a disappointing finale? This is a television finale. This is how it goes. We tell our sitcom tropes, then we do a sitcom-y trope ending. That's how it works. That's how it always should be. That's why I loved it so much. Brilliant stuff. I don't want to see any comments talking about how like everything was supposed to be differently because some guy who doesn't have any credit on Reddit or whatever had this theory or like had this leaked to him through somebody that works there. Shut up. Okay? This time more than any other when it came to a Marvel property or a property in general where I was excited and interested about something and the fans were saying shit, I really felt upset with the fans because I'm like, just enjoy the product we are getting because this is special. This is very special. Do you think we ever got this before in a Marvel property on screen? We haven't. This is why it's so good. Absolutely amazing. Just the best. I loved this episode. Let's get into it. So, it's Wanda versus Agatha. We all saw it coming. It looked pretty good for the most part. I enjoyed seeing the way it was choreographed. And, of course, we're seeing Wanda coming into her own potential, which was really cool to see. Very exciting. Elizabeth Olsen surprised me throughout this season. Now, one thing I want to make clear is I'm not a big fan when it comes to the mindless action. That has never been the reason I've went to see any film in my life. Well, unless it's something that's about mindless action. But I don't go to a Marvel film looking for the mindless action because I don't like it. I like the characters. I like the dialogue. I like everything else. The mindless action here, it looked okay for the most part. I don't have any real complaints. The Vision v. Vision fight looked incredible, actually. I will say the use of the phasing powers looked really good and was a really cool connection for those characters. We'll get to that in a bit more here. I just like it a lot. Like the Agatha and Wanda fight looked good too. Some points later on as like their powers start to get bigger and you see like the red cloud looking like Justice League. That didn't really impress me, but I liked it for the most part. I think it looked really cool, really clean. I like the scene when they go to like the town center pretty much and everyone's just like standing by because, you know, Wanda still has control over them. And then Agatha just kind of like releases their control and like the town becomes like this mob after her. Very reminiscent of like a witch in Salem, like the angry mob coming to burn her at the stake. That was cool. That was so cool. I'm just like, yes, you are seeing the ramifications of her actions. If we're not making Wanda the villain, I said this last week, if we are not making Wanda the villain, make her the victim. That is what you do. She's not the hero. She's the one who's been hurt by everyone in her life, and she's trying to redeem herself now, realizing the mistakes she has made. So I'm glad everyone's just like, we want her out of here right now. Get her the hell away from us. That's cool. We also get some great reveal here. Probably the best reveal to all of you assholes who said this was the Fox Quicksilver. It's not. Evan Peters was only cast because it's going to make us fans go, oh my goodness, he was Peter in the X-Men thing. This was like Fox crossing over. It's like, no. He's Ralph Boner. Yes. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So husband Ralph, just a random guy, last name Boner. We called Evan Peter Boner. Fuck him being the Pietro from the Fox universe. He's just Boner. That's brilliant. That is a great flip of the switch. It wasn't even a flip of the switch, but it's just like, that's how you lower expectations. That's just how you subvert people. Be like, no, shut up. He's just Boner. He's just Boner. Get over it. Oh, I love that so much. That was great. I'm not an Evan Peters fan, so I'm like, I'd rather see Aaron Taylor Johnson come back, but it's great. I really liked that. That was a really funny reveal. So Monica goes with the kids, and they're kind of just like getting ready to help in the fight, and it's looking great. We get the giant Wanda and Agatha fight. I really like that. It's fun. But here's something I liked even more than that. The Vision v Vision fight ends when like the White Vision says, my directive is to kill the Vision. And our Vision, the one that we've been following through the show, is like, yes, but what does that mean exactly? And then the White Vision goes, what do you mean, what does that mean? And it's like, and the idea, the ship of Theseus. Now, the ship of Theseus is not something I know a lot about, but it's like they're reconstructing it with different wood because the original wood is rotting. So the idea is if all the rotted wood goes away, is it the original ship? Or if you just replace all the wood with like the original one, what do you have next but a copy of the actual ship? So the idea comes into play that both these visions are like, neither of us are the original Vision. You are a copy. I am a thing that was created by no material. So neither of us are actual creations of the Vision. And you're like, damn, that is exactly how two really smart synthezoids would handle this situation. Just being like, yeah, if neither of us are actually the prime Vision, who are we fighting? Why are we fighting? The White Vision just flies away. Come back another day when we do West Coast Avengers, I guess. Like, that's it. We set up White Vision. That's all we do with him. We don't need any more of him. It worked great. We got the action scene. It looked cool. He's realizing he's not who he thinks he is. Who is he but the Vision? His mind kind of becomes awakened. He's off to do his own thing now. Perfect. You don't need anything else. Don't give me some deep shit that it's Ultron. Works for me. It's perfect. It is perfect how they handle that. So Wanda does eventually defeat Agatha with like the power of the Scarlet Witch. Very cool. Man, I feel so happy for Elizabeth Olsen to finally have an actual costume that doesn't show cleavage. That's gotta be nice to know, right? Like, you're just like, I'm not wearing some tight suit or anything stupid. I'm wearing a costume that an actual witch would probably wear. She takes down Agatha. She embraces the title of the Scarlet Witch. And boy, howdy, was that an emotional moment where she just like, you're going to be the noisy neighbor. He's going to live here in Westview, blah, blah, blah. Everything's bad. You're done. We see that Hayward's crew kind of goes in to try to take him down, but Darcy rams into him with the truck. We've seen her drive before. That's great. Cool stuff like that. Like, it's like our trio that we've seen in previous episodes getting some stuff to do. We see Monica's powers come to effect when Hayward tries to shoot the kids, but they're like phase through her and they stop when they fall out of her. That looked great. Jimmy Woo breaks out of some handcuffs, calls the FBI to come in and stop Hayward. That's cool. Hayward ain't Ultron. Hayward ain't a Skrull. He's just some son of a bitch, which is just as good as anything, if not even better than some things. Probably better than a lot of things we would have gotten. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing that we got some of this stuff, man. It makes me so happy. It just makes me impressed that this is where we are. Very cool. It's such a good show. And this isn't even the best part. This opening fight scene, all this stuff, that's great. You wrap everything up conclusively. I'm on board for what we saw. We don't need that much resolution for Jimmy or Darcy or Monica even, so we got it there. What we do need is the resolution between the love story between our two leads, Wanda and Vision. So they defeat Agatha, they're walking home, and they're just seeing like Wanda's letting the world break down. She's going to like, the hex is gone, everything's going to go back to normal, and she feels bad for the things she did to these people. And we get a really, really sweet moment. Like, some of the best stuff in the Marvel, oh my God. Okay, I've said this before. There's only 2 or 3 times I have cried watching a superhero project on screen. All 3 of those times were from Stargirl. I came very close to breaking down the scene where she is saying goodbye, where both of them, where Wanda and Vision are saying goodbye to Tommy and Billy. That was a really well done moment because she's like, thank you for choosing me. Because she knows she can't keep them. That they're not going to be there. And even Vision's like, I'm saying goodbye to my kids. And he needs to get out of there before he breaks down too. We don't see them fade away. We just know that they're not there anymore, which is such a powerful and scary moment for, I mean, watching this, if you are a parent, that's got to be a very emotional scene, but you're just like, that is pretty much everything Wanda is giving up. She's giving up her happiness for the sake of this town and these people. And we get a nice moment with her and Vision at the end of this where they're just like, they're standing in the living room. Vision turns the lights on. He's like, it's bad luck to say goodbye with the lights off. And they're just talking about like, we've found each other numerous times again. If this is our next goodbye, we will say hello once more. Damn, man. Damn. Again, dropping those great Vision lines. Just so good. I'm just, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You just get it done. You do something great and you get it done. It really moved me. I loved it a lot. And I love the line where he's asking, like, what am I? And she's like, you are my grief and my sadness personified, brought to life through what power of the Mind Stone is in me. That is who you are. You are the Vision. And it's like, that's great. And we see the hexes coming to a close, and that means everything's going to evaporate. And now he's going to live on as a memory, which means he can become something else once again. But we get to see. I was waiting for this scene. It's one of those things I knew right away we were going to see in this show. I even have the comic book scene saved on my phone as my wallpaper. The scene where an android can cry. We see Vision shed a tear, Wanda shedding a tear. They embrace one last time, and he vanishes. Wanda's left alone. Oh, man. Very powerful. She just starts walking down Westview. Everyone's watching her. She goes to Monica and just apologizes for everything. But I love that Monica's like, I would have, if I was in your position, I would have brought my mom back. So I'm not holding this against you. You are strong enough to take care of yourself. And this is what happens when you have to grieve, when you have to get through the process. This is what happens. So I really, really like that. We were watching a love story break down into the effects of trauma and like just death has on an individual. And maybe that individual is the most powerful person in the universe. They said she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme. They brought up the Darkhold. We actually know that the book that she had was the Darkhold, which leads us to some more like damned stuff. We're going down the mystical rabbit hole. That's cool. Man, that was weird, but good. It was so good, so heartwarming, so emotionally satisfying and gratifying just to have those characters end things like this. That's, I think, what we all wanted. That's what we all needed, and it was just very nice to see that. So Wanda leaves Westview in her sick-looking costume. I love that costume because it looks like the ultimate version of Wanda's costume mixed with, like, the classic version. Very cool. I'm so happy for this. And we get enough resolution where it's like you're satisfied, your 9 episodes told a concise story, but we're leaving the door open for all of these characters to do something new and creative. How can anybody be disappointed with this? We watched 9 episodes of a woman dealing with her grief and seeing how love perseveres through it. She came to terms with the death of her brother, her parents, her boyfriend. She tried to bring them back. She did, almost destroyed a city. Now she's dealing with this person that wants to destroy her and showing like you are a powerful being. Look at what happens when your emotions get out of check. Now that they're together, go be the most powerful person in the world. So she leaves with the Darkhold. Oh man, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I don't understand why people think this would be a letdown. How could the introduction of the X-Men have made this better? It would just ruin the character, wouldn't it? I think it would. But this was great. Oh, it's so nice. He's just boner. He's nothing more than a boner. That's perfect. You don't need anything else. Oh, I loved it. Wanda got her conclusion to the arc with Vision. Vision is still in the world. We know that White Vision's still alive. Agatha's probably going to come back in some capacity. And that's it. All's well that ends well. She has dealt with her grief. She has moved past her trauma. And she's looking to become a powerful witch again. Very cool. Very satisfying. Made me very happy to say that this was a good show. We got 2 post-credit scenes. The first one, Monica's going to space. We see that the lieutenant lady's a Skrull. We all kind of saw that coming. Wanda's going to space. Secret Invasion? Probably. What's coming first, Secret Invasion or Captain Marvel 2? Either way, we already set up Monica, so of course this is going to happen. She's probably going to get a costume the next time we see her. Makes sense to me. No problem there. No problem with that whatsoever. And we do end things. It looks like we're just in like some random wilderness place with Wanda. She is scrolling through the dark while she's like astral projecting, which great callback to Doctor Strange there. It looked really cool. There's another thing I just remembered I'm going to bring up after in a second. But she's scrolling. She's just like looking through the Darkhold, making tea in the astral plane, doing that kind of stuff as she hears the voice of Billy, showing us that she is going to be on the search for her kids in the multiverse somewhere, trying to find a way to bring them back or bring their souls back to this reality, which is a great way to set up her role in Doctor Strange 2. I like that a lot. And another thing I wanted to bring up that I just thought was like a small thing, there's a small shot, not a big shot, it's just something small I noticed where it's like, we are the Hex and we are pushing in on the city, and it's very inspired, very heavy homage to Evil Dead from Sam Raimi, where you got like the guys holding the camera and you're pushing in, like you're the evil pushing through the woods. You know the shot I'm talking about. Was that an homage because Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange 2 and that was a late edition? Maybe. If not, good timing. I liked this so much. I encourage you to give this another watch, another chance. If it ends too abruptly for you, that's what a sitcom does. Sitcoms end abruptly. This was a sitcom through and through. It's really brilliant. The first episodes are still really good in my opinion. All of this comes together in a perfect bow. I could recommend this to anybody and say you are watching a beautiful piece of comic books come to life. It's absolutely breathtaking. I'm a huge fan of this and I'm in support of more stuff like this. So I am so excited for the future of Marvel because of WandaVision. And I loved every second of this show. It's such a heartfelt, emotional piece that's raw and intense and isn't holding anything back about love, grief, or perseverance through those pains. Absolutely amazing. What a great way to end this show. I can't wait to see the future of these characters. So, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.